library. It's a place where I love to be. Look in a book, here's a story for you. Who makes stories when the day is through? Who makes stories when the day is through? Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Milton Wordsworth, Shelley and Jackson, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Come and be a story maker. Story makers. Story makers.
It's midnight. Hello.
Has everybody gone?
The sun is down, the stars are bright. Story makers come out at night. Milton Wordsworth, story maker and magical maestro, at your service.
What is all that noise, Jackson?
Yes, what is that noise?
Well, you see, Milton, today the children were making transport models.
Transport? What's that?
Oh, you know, Jelly. Cars and lorries and planes.
I didn't think models were meant to be so noisy.
Transports of delight, planes and boats and trains. Do you know, I always fancied being a train driver. Travelling around all day, over the hills and far away.
Well, you can take Jackson with you. Then I might get some peace and quiet to make a story.
A story? What inspiration. This might be helpful. Now we need your help. It takes a lot of imagination to get this machine going. Are you ready? Imagine a story. It's a playbook, and it's called Edward's Train.
Edward was at the bottom of the garden, watching the trains. He waved at the driver as the train raced and rattled past the gate. But the driver didn't look up, and Edward decided that when he was a train driver, he would wave to everyone. He marched past his brother Oliver, who had just scored a goal. "Hello, Edward," said Oliver. "Did you see that?" But Edward didn't wave back. Dad was reading the paper as Edward walked through the sitting room. "Hello, Edward," waved Dad, but Edward didn't wave back. In his room, he found 2 cardboard boxes. They were perfect for what he had planned. He started to fill them with all sorts of things. Paint, a pot of glue, and paper plates. Edward took everything outside and laid some newspaper on the ground. Jasper the cat wondered what Edward was going to make. Edward took out some red paint, a bowl and a brush. He painted up and down, backwards and forwards. He painted both boxes bright red. Next, he made some buttons and a wheel, lots of black wheels and a chimney. He glued things and stuck things. Until finally, he had his very own train. He was ready for his journey. Dad came outside with some drinks. He was very impressed by Edward's train. Choo-choo, said the train, and Edward waved as the train chugged away. Up the garden to where Oliver was playing football. The ball was free. Edward gave a mighty kick and scored a winning goal. Choo-choo, said the train. On it went to the end of the garden, just in time to see the next train passing. Edward waved, and this time he was sure he saw the other train driver wave back.
That train that Edward made was really good. What have you made, Jackson?
Oh, ahoy there, me hearties! That sailor talk. This is my telescope, Jelly.
Oh, it looks like it might make a good rocket.
Oh, I think that would make a better rocket, Jelly.
Oh, yes. A little tiny mini rocket.
Just what I was seeking to make a story. A telescope.
No, Milton, it's a rocket. Milton.
This is a telescope.
And in with the telescope.
Rocket.
Telescope.
Rocket.
Telescope.
Rocket.
Telescope.
Rocket.
All right. What about space telescope?
Oh, okay.
Telescope.
Milton!
Do you remember what to do?
Rocket.
Imagine a story.
It's a Jack Sprat and Treacle Cat story.
This sounds good. Rocket Rat. Jack Sprat and Treacle Cat lived in a bin. A bin that people drop rubbish in. While Treacle dreams, Jack schemes. What will Jack Sprat make today?
Hey, Treacle, me old mate. What do you think of my telescope, eh?
What can you see through that old piece of rubbish?
Yeah, I'm marking at Mars, mate.
Oh.
Ever wondered what it'd be like to be up in space, Treacle?
Oh, not really, Jack. I prefer to keep my paws firmly on the ground.
You know, some people reckon that the moon is made of cheese. How about that, Treacle? What a feast I'd have if I could only fly to the moon, eh? More mouthfuls of cheese than I could nibble in a lifetime.
Yes, well, Jack, not much chance of that. Oh, hang on. Sounds like we'd better run for cover. Come. Yeah.
That was a close shave, Treacle. Let's have a look. What have we got here? Yeah.
Yes.
This shiny stuff's giving me an idea.
Oh, no, that sounds dangerous.
Not much chance of me flying to the moon, eh? That's what you think. Rocket Rat, that's me. Hey.
Yes, Rocket Rat indeed. The only place that rat will end up is in trouble. He's got his head in the clouds. Fly to the moon, for goodness sake. If he makes a contraption out of that pile of old junk, it'll be catastrophic, that's what. I'd better go and see what that rascal rodent is up to. Great balls of fur! You stupid rat! What on earth?
Not Earth, Treacle. Soon I'm going to be in space.
Look, Jack, take a tip from Treacle here. A cat has 9 lives, but you scraggy rat bag, have only got 1.
Just think, I'll make history. The first rat on the moon. Come on then, Treacle. I'm all wired up. Lend us your paw and press me button.
Are you all set?
Get a move on and count me down.
5,
Ooh.
4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off!
Hey, Treacle!
Oh dear.
Oh, cheesy niblets. Something went a bit wrong there, mate.
What a surprise.
Well, me head, I'm seeing stars.
I bet they're not the stars you had in mind, Jack. Another perfect mess.
See, I knew it was a rocket we put into the story machine.
What should we make now, Jelly?
Oh, I don't know. We could make a plane
Or a train?
or a boat.
So, what are we going to make then?
Oh, we haven't decided yet, Milton.
We've got too many good ideas.
Yes.
Well, why don't we look at some of the children's paintings to help decide?
Okay.
There are lots of ways to travel, on land or on the sea or in the air. This one's very colourful. It's a round object with a basket underneath. Can you see what it is?
That's right, it's a balloon, and underneath is a basket big enough to carry people. Alexandra has painted a hot air balloon. Let's put it into the story machine and make a new story. Time for some imagination. Imagine, imagine, imagine a story.
It's a blue cow story.
Is it about transport?
It's called Blue Cow and the Hot Air Balloon.
In a field not far away is a herd of cows grazing quietly. One of the cows is most unusual. Blue Cow wonders about the big world beyond her field. One day, Blue Cow was watching the breeze blowing the trees. I wonder what it would be like to float in the air. She's off again, said the other cows. So Blue Cow caught the bus that stops beside her field. I'd like a return ticket to a place where I can float in the air, please. There you go, madam. Hold very tight. And they set off for a windy place. And then they arrived. In front of her was a huge balloon with a basket attached to the bottom. It was so windy the balloon was held down with ropes. Suddenly, twang! One of the ropes pulled free.
What ho! You down there,
said a voice from the basket.
Do you think you could hold on to that rope? We're being blown away.
Of course, said Blue Cow, and she held onto the rope very tightly. But the wind was too strong, and whoosh! The balloon, the basket, and Blue Cow were blown up into the sky. Moo-ah! She cried.
Oh, Spiffy, you're coming too, are you?
said a voice from the balloon. Heave! He cried as he pulled Blue Cow into the basket.
Righty-ho, I'm Colonel Branson, but you can call me Dickie.
Hello, I'm Blue Cow.
Okie dokie, Bluey. We're on a mission to try and find my auntie's washing. It blew away in the wind this morning.
Look, Dickie, there's a dress stuck in that tree.
Right, I'll hold the balloon steady, you lean over and get it.
Blue Cow reached into the top of the tree and pulled the dress into the basket. Where shall I put it? asked Blue Cow.
Might be better if you put it on so it doesn't blow away again, said Dickie.
OK. And she put on the frilly polka dot dress. All morning they floated around. They found a hat with flowers on it, a pair of woolly bed socks, and a pink feather boa.
Thanks awfully, Bluey. Auntie will be pleased, and I must say you do look rather fetching in that outfit.
Oh, thank you, blushed Blue Cow. You'll never guess where I've been.
Where have you been?
I've been in a hot air balloon.
Everyone knows cows can't go in hot air balloons.
But we know they can, don't we?
The dawn is upon us. The morning is nigh. We've made our stories, and we bid you goodbye.
Working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous.
Thanks for helping.
Bye, story makers.
See you again soon.